Hello, and welcome back to UCTV Overtime. I'm Robert Stevens, and welcome to our final show of the 2019 semester. In the show, we have exclusive interviews with some of our field hockey and women's soccer players. We will also be going over our fall sports, which, as they concluded, including cross country, both men's and women's, football, volleyball, and men's soccer. On Saturday, September 7th, the Utica women's cross country team opened their season at Hamilton College short cross meet. The team placed 9th. Senior Kaitlyn Stinson placed 7th overall as Utica's top finisher. September 21st, Utica traveled across town to SUNY Polytechnic Institute, placing 2nd. Kaitlyn Stinson was the individual champion of the event as she led the Pioneers with a time of 23:19. On September 23rd, Kaitlyn Stinson was named Eea Cross Country Runner of the Week. The Utica College women's cross country team competed in the largest regular season collegiate cross country meet in the nation on October 5th. Kaitlyn Stinson had a mammoth performance to lead the Pioneers with a time of 22:53. She was one of 25 competitors to finish the 6-kilometer race in under 23 minutes. Stinson averaged a 6-minute and 8-second mile throughout the course, regarded as one of the nation's best. It was Utica's second best women's 6K time ever at the Paul Short Run. On November 16th, the team traveled to St. Lawrence University to compete in the NCAA Atlantic Regional and finished 24th overall. Kaitlyn Stinson again was the standout runner for Utica, punching her ticket to the NCAA Championships. She ran to a 17th place finish at the NCAA Atlantic Regional Championships for her best ever finish at the meet. On November 23rd, Stinson had a historic performance as she competed at the NCAA Division III Women's Cross Country Championship hosted by Spalding University. Stinson turned in an impressive 168th place finish for the best individual finish at the NCAA Championships in the history of Utica College cross country programs. Stinson also had the previous best with a 180th place finish last year. That topped Ashton Villanueva's 181st place finish in the program's debut at the national championship. The Utica College men's cross country team also ran into success this 2019 season. Their second place finish at the SUNY Poly short cross meet, the 12th place finish at the Williams Valley Purple Invite, and first place at the Empire 8 Championships were some of the highlights of the year. Mitchell Marlowe received the Empire 8 Runner of the Year award, and a total of 5 athletes were named to all-conference teams. Kyle Engelhart and Hunter Reed took home first-team all-conference honors, and Tyler Stevens took home second-team all-conference honors. Ryan Humphrey was UC's representative on the Empire 8 Conference Sportsman of the Year team. Also, Sam Catterson led his staff to the Coaching Staff of the Year award. The Pioneers hope to go for a third straight Empire 8 championship next season and get back to the NCAA Atlantic Regional. This fall, the women's field hockey team had a roller coaster ride of a season, finishing the year with a record of 8-11. However, in conference play, the team did an outstanding job with a conference record of 6-1, finishing 3rd overall in the Empire 8, having key victories over 2 fierce rivals, Hartwick and Nazareth College. The juniors took charge of the team this year with Sabrina Whitehouse and Sydney Scatia leading the team in points. Whitehouse and Scatia both had 24 points on the year, with Scatia leading the team in goals and Whitehouse leading the team in assists. While leading the team in points, Sabrina Whitehouse was also named the Empire 8 Offensive Player of the Week twice this season. Goalie Megan Chamberlain was also named an Empire 8 Defensive Player of the Week with a save percentage of 76% at the end of the season. These weren't the only Empire 8 awards that were named was the given year. Empire 8 players were named to the All-Conference Empire 8 teams. Juniors Jenny Robbins and Jesselyn Files both received honorable mentions, following behind Sabrina Whitehouse and Sydney Scatia, who made the second All-Conference team. These 2 juniors were led by 3 seniors, Abby Fitzgerald, who was named Sportsman of the Year, Ricky Hobb, who made the first All-Conference team, and Jose Scarlata, who made the first All-Conference team. Hobb and Scarlata were also chosen for the All-Atlantic Region's second team, making it the 3rd year in a row that Utica has placed a player on the team. Although their season did not end as they hoped in the Empire 8 Championships, they still made the UC community very proud with its many accolades. Now we're going to send it on over to Mark Mitchell, who is with Lexi Scatia.
We are now joined here by sophomore field hockey player Lexi Scacia. Lexi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, doing great. Can you tell us when your season starts and about how long you guys play for?
We start in August and we go till end of October, early November.
Okay. When did you guys start preparing for the season?
We start preparing, I would say, like a month after season ends for next season. We started lifts last week, I would say, and now we just work on what we need to get better for spring ball and then for the fall.
Now that fall transition, you go from summer to basically, winter in very quick fashion. How do you guys adjust to that, like cold weather adjustments?
It's a lot of sideline gear.
It's like you go from 90-degree days to 20-degree days.
Yeah, it's definitely. Some days we have nothing on underneath our uniforms, and then the next day we'll have full double Under Armour, full leggings, everything.
All right, this year you guys were 6-1 within the conference, making it to the Eea Conference Tournament. What did the team do in this offseason to make that happen?
In the off season, I feel like everyone knew what they needed to work on in order to get better and to succeed as a whole. It was basically the same team as last year with a few deficits. However, we really pulled it together in the off season, which I think made us stronger within season.
That's great. Did having Riley Meelan on the sidelines help that at all?
Riley Meelan is a very unique player. She was obviously one of the best in history, and it's so great to be with her again, and she teaches us so many things that we wouldn't learn without her being there.
Right. I remember going to a couple of your guys' games, being on that sideline, and she's screaming just like...
It kills her.
Just like coaches, It's like she never left.
Yeah.
So, it's great to see. The season did have some bumps along the road. How did you guys overcome those?
In the beginning, we had a losing season, and then I think that one day it just all clicked for us, and our coach told us just keep pushing through, fight through the adversity, and you'll come out on top, and we did. We fought through, and we came together with hard work, and one day everything just clicked.
Now, when the team starts to struggle, people start to struggle, and then there's clashing, conflict. Did any of that happen, or did you guys stay pretty confident?
Obviously, when you have 20+ girls together, it's gonna be a mess sometimes. But I feel like we're all a very tight-knit group of girls, and that's my second family. At the end of the day, we know what we need to do, and we hold each other accountable for our mistakes.
Now this year, even though you guys didn't make it to E8s, what did the season, with all the accolades and everything else, how did the season wrap up for you guys?
For us, we wrapped up we had Mackenzie Stevens. She had the most defensive saves in history. Now she holds our record. We had Ricky and Josie. They were mentioned by the all-regional. Sydney and Sabrina had second team, which they were our leading in points. Sydney was our leading scorer, and they were tied for points. And honorable mention, we had Jenny Robbins, and Sportswoman of the Year was Abby Fitzgerald.
Nice. That was some really big accomplishments there. So going back to the beginning of the season, what is the mindset right at day one?
Day one, it was resilience. Our coach set a theme for us as resilience, and we were ready, and we fought through with hard work. The beginning of the season was rough, I'm sorry, but it was rough.
Hey, no doubt. This season, the team went 6-1 in the conference, the best conference record since 2014. What did you feel was the secret to all that success?
Working together was definitely something that we had to figure out how to do from the beginning, because obviously this group has never really played on the field all together at once. So it was basically finding what worked, what didn't, and the progression of the season really helped us. Our defense was very strong this year, and I feel like that was a huge asset to why we were so successful.
Right, and dodging those balls can't be easy.
Yeah.
I see, girls coming back to the bench with bruises on their legs. I can imagine how bad that's gotta just
Oh yeah, that
sting.
ball is so hard. It's plastic and it hurts so bad, especially in the cold.
Oh man.
The where it so stings and you're just like, oh, walk it off.
How do you see this team shaping up in the next season?
The next season, I think that we're going to be a strong team again. However, we have lost some people this year that were very, very detrimental to us. But I think that with some good recruits, we can really make up those losses, and I think that we'll be fine for next season.
All right, recruits, you never know who's going to come in.
I know.
Take that next step up. Do you have a special moment this season that you recollect back to and just think about that was the moment this season?
It would definitely be our first win this season. That was because going from 5 losses in a row, you're so down on yourself. That feeling was just so good, and we were all just so excited to see what the rest of the season would hold for us.
Right. Looking to next season, you just got to stay positive and keep those positive vibes going through the team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, Lexi, thank you for coming down and sharing a few moments about the past season, and looking forward to seeing you out there next season.
Thank you.
A big thank you to Mark Mitchell and Lexi Scacia for letting us get that interview. A lot of quality, and looking forward to next season with them. Now moving on, our UC's football team started and ended their 2019 season strong with a win against St. Lawrence University to begin their season. The Pioneers won by a wide margin of 40-14. Key players Peyton Miller, Logan Wilcox, and Brad Dotery brought UC to their first 2019 win. UC also brought home their second win after beating Buffalo State with a score of 26-15. After that win, the Pioneers suffered 2 consecutive losses against RPI and SUNY Cortland. UC got back in the game on October 12th with a 34-28 victory against St. John Fisher. UC started off their final games of the season with a 19-10 win against Alfred University on November 2nd. UC was then matched against Union College and lost the game by just a few points. The last game of the season was played against Hartwick College, and UC made a fierce comeback with a score of 58 against Hardwick's 14, while also making it on ESPN Game Day. The Pioneers went 5-5, 3-3 conference-wise for the season. The Utica volleyball team wrapped up their season and went 2-25. They won once at home and then once again on the road. They defeated Cazenovia while traveling to them on September 9th, winning 3-2. The Pioneers started this particular game off slow, but managed to pull the win in the third set when the Pioneers led 25-19. First year, Cameron Buller had a career-high 37 digs in this game. Then, on September 21st, the Pioneers played Cazenovia again at home this time and managed to win against them 3-0 and pull one more win for their season. The Pioneers crushed Cazenovia in this game. Junior Megan Romagera led the team with 9 kills and finished second on the squad with 2 aces. Taylor Crowley led the team defensively with 20 digs, and Kirsten Martin had 16. We have high hopes that the volleyball team will do great next season. This year marked a historic season for Utica College women's soccer team. Not only did the team finish with their program's first 12-win season since 2005, but the Pioneers also captured their first ever Empire 8 championship. The team began the year with new head coach at the helm, as Ellen Blumenair departed Utica College to take the assistant coaching job with former Division III champion Williams College. As a result, Brooke Barbuto was brought over from SUNY Cortland to lead the Pioneers, and former player Jenna Meza was brought on board as a volunteer assistant coach. The season started out strong with a 5-win streak, which saw the Pioneers outscore opponents by a 14-1 goal margin. The Pioneers would sustain their first loss of the season against Clarkson University by a score of 2-1. As noted earlier, the Pioneers finished with a 12-6-1 record on the season with a 3-3-1 record in the Empire 8, qualifying as the 4th seed in the tournament. The Pioneers traveled to top seed St. John Fisher College, where the ladies were able to knock off the top seeded Cardinals with a 1-0 score to advance them to their second straight E8 women's soccer final. Unlike the previous year, the Pioneers would prevail over the Hartwick Hawks by a score of 1-0 to capture the program's first ever Empire 8 crown. In the NCAA Division III tournament, the Pioneers drew the Herons of William Smith for their first round matchup. Unfortunately, the Pioneer season would end at the hands of the Herons by a 3-0 final score, which saw senior netminder Allison Wagner make 22 saves on 25 shots. The Herons would advance to the finals of the NCAA Division III tournament, where they would fall to the top-seeded Messiah College Falcons. 4 players were named to the Empire 8 All-Conference team. Junior defenders Amanda Tutt and Emma Workman were named to the All-Conference Honorable Mention team. Senior forward Michaela Blumenstock and junior midfielder Kira Casey were named to the conference's first team. Blumenstock was also named the conference's Offensive Player of the Year and the United Soccer Coaches Division III All-East Regional second team. However, the Pioneers will be losing several key players this season as their collegiate careers come to an end. The forward Michaela Blumenstock, midfielder Kendra Stewart, defender Lauren McDonald, and goalkeeper Allison Wagner, best of luck to you, and thank you for contributions to the women's soccer program. And we're going to send it back on over to Mark Mitchell, who is with Allison Wagner and Lauren McDonald.
We are now joined here by senior soccer players Lauren McDonald and Ellie Wagner. Guys, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
We're good.
You have now had 2 E8 appearances in 2 years. What is that like?
I think for us, it's just been such a cool journey since our freshman year. We just have climbed the ladder every single year. Our freshman year, we started with 2 wins. Our sophomore year, we had 5. And then the past 2 years, we've been in the championship game. So it's just been putting all of our hard work and just kind of making that come into fruition, I guess. It's just been paying off for us.
I think especially our team, we really showed what it means to deserve to win a championship. We had to climb so many ladders and overcome a lot of obstacles to get here, but it was all deserved. We came out on top, and that was really all that mattered.
Yeah, and obviously over a 4-year period, there's a lot of bumps in the road, hard work that goes into building those relationships, and hard work pays off, obviously.
Yeah.
So you and 2 other seniors obviously are wanted to go out with a bang this year. And what did it take to have that moment, that senior moment?
I think for us, we really focused on the team and our chemistry, because I think if a team that knows each other well, I think that when a team knows each other well, they are able to work together very well and able to practice with each other and just be around each other. So creating that positive team environment, I think, was our focus.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
we wanted to be successful in that regard so we could be successful on the field.
I think last year our team, we had we really lived for that family mentality and environment. And this year getting a new coach was really hard for us to come to terms with almost, because we were stuck in our old ways, and then there's some new people who are in their new ways. So that's why, like Allie said, we really tried to get together as a team and be a whole, because if we are all connected and all on the same page, then it'll translate onto the field. But yeah.
So the obvious motto this year was all in. What did that mean to be all in?
I love that motto.
Yeah.
It's
kind of our friendship, between us, that's our motto now. Even after soccer, that's our thing.
Yeah, that motto has just meant so much to us personally and to our team. It's just full throttle, 100%. You're just never giving anything than your best. And if you practice like that, if you train like that, if you compete like that, then that's how you're going to win the championship.
I really think when we played Elmira for the last game of the season, we had no idea if we were making the tournament or not. And I lost my mind. I cried a lot. It was our last game together, and I couldn't handle it. And then we found out that we were in the 4th seed, and it was just, I think everything clicked. I know, so did I. I think everything clicked in all of us that we did get this chance. We need to take it as it comes. Yeah, we're the 4th seed, but that doesn't mean anything. We're playing number 1 St. John Fisher. We could still take them, and I think that's where the all-in came in, especially because we all were ready to beat them and beat whoever was in our way.
We were 4th seed. We had something to prove. We belonged there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, all hard work through the entire season. Never know what's going to happen in the end.
Yep.
You never know which win's going to matter more.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, what do you think helped this team reach the finals this year?
Personally, I feel a lot of our success had to come from our previous coach, Eileen Blumenauer. We really tried to carry every ideal she gave us, every mindset she gave us onto this team this year. And I think knowing that we got there last year with her really pushed us and showed that like we could get there again, and with a new coach and new things that we're learning from her. So I think just like everything coming together with the past teams and like our success building every year, like that is why we made it, and this was the year that we deserved it the most.
And I think with Stevens being out too, like we eliminated all of those other E8 teams last year, and Stevens has just been such a powerhouse in our conference. So with them leaving, like it was really anyone's game all season. So I think we just had something to say the whole time, and I think that really, like we just wanted to win. We knew we deserved to win. Like we were at the championship last year, so there's no excuse for us not to be there again type of thing. So I think for us, like we just wanted it so badly.
So really you guys were putting yourselves higher on a
Yeah, we
pedestal.
had high expectations for
sure.
our team and for ourselves and for our coach, and
I think
most of them were met.
I think that's why it was really hard for us at first when we didn't think we were going to make it, and we were like, wow, we made it so far last year, like how are we not going to do it again? And then we did. We fought for it and we got it, you know.
Right.
By the skin of our teeth. We were in.
So as seniors, what did it mean to have another good year to close the chapter for your senior years?
I can't even imagine a better way to go out.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we had been winning every conference, like every year, that would have been cool, but we just have had such a Cinderella story. Like, we're the first Empire Utica College women's soccer players to ever go to NCAAs, to ever win the tournament. Like, that's just, it's so fantastic that, like, I can't even picture a better way to go out.
I agree. I think like we went through a lot on this team, and I went through a lot with like injuries and stuff, and finally making it here and getting to this final game, and that the idea of us winning the championship, like we'll think about it randomly and we'll be like, dang, like we just won. Like we think about it, we get excited, but like I never really thought that we'd make it here. Like seeing where we came from and all the people that really determined our team if we were gonna win or lose, like we got rid of those people. Like we became such a positive team because we really did want to win, and when we got it, it was just the best like feeling in the world. I immediately ran out to go hug her because I was crying. But yeah, it was so cool, so amazing. I wouldn't change anything for the world, honestly.
Now, Ellie, obviously it was a big year for you. You know, you've been the wall in the net. So what moment really stands out this year?
I think there has been so many highlights for me this season and all of the years that I've been playing at Utica. It's been a fantastic career for myself and for the other seniors. But the thing that stands out to me the most is actually probably the scariest moment of the season. There was about a minute left in the Hartwick championship game, and we were up 1-0, and Hartwick got a corner kick. And I was standing in goal, and I'm like, this is it. Like, this will make or break our game right now. So I think that was just the most memorable, because that, like, in that moment, it was just all or nothing. It was all in, and we cleared the ball, and 10 minutes left, 1 minute left, whatever, we won. So I think that moment, like, just really embodied everything that we've worked for this season, everything that I've worked for this season. Just like, it's all on the line. Like, every mistake matters, every good thing matters. Like, soccer is such a beautiful sport because of that. And that was probably my favorite memory of the season. Just that scary situation.
Right. Hey, you know, sometimes the best ones are the most nervous ones.
Yeah.
So, you know. So how did you guys both, as leaving, see this team shaping up in next year and years to come?
I think that the competition next year is going to be equally as hard as it was this year, but I don't have a doubt in my mind that any girl on that team doesn't want to win again. They all are so determined, and that's why we made it here this year. I think having us gone, they're going to need to step up and really like keep that family mentality, keep that like family environment on this team. Not saying we credit ourselves to all of that, but like we did help with that a lot. But I think that they can be very successful if they still stick to the same ideals that we've always had, like working really hard in the off season, like stuff like that. But I hope them all the best. I will be there to support them. My little sister's still on the team, so I'll be back next year to watch. So pretty excited for them.
I think Lauren said it all. I think that they're just going to have to work work hard. I mean, we've always been a team on campus. I think we're known for our dedication and our work rate. So I think we just need to maintain that reputation and that mentality.
Right. So do you guys each have a favorite moment from this season or past seasons?
Oh, I would say for this season, my favorite memory was the pregame locker room for St. John Fisher. In the regular season when we tied them 2-2. He just had the craziest like dance battle. Like it was, I literally like no feeling. I was like crying. I was like, I'm gonna miss this so much, but it was just an amazing environment. And then I think last year beating Hartwick for the semifinal is something that is like unmatched and almost as equal as to beating them in the final. That was just
I
like
loved beating them in the
most
final.
outstanding feeling ever.
We have a little grudge with Hartwick. Like they're just
Yes.
their sportsmanship is not the greatest, and they just always get in our heads. And they're just that team that like we just like they just make us mad. So beating them in the championship was just unreal because
It's icing on the cake.
yeah, it really was. Like
really
we just
just
don't like Hartwick, so it was
We
fun
really
to
stuck
beat
it
them.
to them.
Yeah.
You know,
I was hoping you'd say Moose Minute, but that's just me.
we
Moose
did
Minute
love
was
the
also
Moose Minute.
great. We loved
We
that.
got a little embarrassed because of it. A lot of people talked about it, but it's no big deal.
It was fun.
All good things.
Yeah.
Well, either way, congrats this year, guys. You know,
Thank you.
great work this year. Thank you for coming down, and good luck with the rest of your senior year.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
A big thank you to Wagner and Mcdonald who sat down with Mark Mitchell. Definitely a team that was all in this year. The Utica College men's soccer team this year finished with a 10-6-2 record, just falling short of a playoff berth. Some key wins this season, keeping their playoff hopes alive, was their big win against rival Elmira College, as the Pioneers came out on top with a score of 3-2. Another key game to mention is senior night against Hartwick College, where all the seniors got to have their moment before the game. As the game went on, the Pioneers took down the Hawks 4-1, and senior Thomas Mueller scored his third goal of the season. The team's senior class consists of Jonathan Side, Salvatore Cabibo, Tucker Marvin, Randy Malik, Ethan Thomas, Adin Bakalovic, and Thomas Mueller. Congratulations to all the seniors this year. And that will conclude today's show and the 2019 fall semester for UCTV Overtime. We will be resuming action immediately for spring 2020, where the remainder of our winter sports and the spring sports season, such as baseball, softball, lacrosse, and much more. A big thank you to all of fall athletics who gifted us with tremendous opportunities and wonderful memories. From nail-biting overtime victories to spectacular highlight plays that went viral, to winning an Empire 8 championship en route to a D3 tournament bid. It was truly breathtaking. I already can't wait for fall 2020 to see these sports back in action. And to all of our listeners, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. See you next semester.